And what is up, everybody? It's another Thursday, and it's after for the guys. It's been a while since we've had a White Sox win on a Thursday. White Sox did win today, but they did have the series in Boston, and then they had the series in the Twins. A lot has been going on, and a lot has been happening in the last week. We've seen a couple debuts, more IL stints, and a lot to go down. So, Deech is going to take over from here, but it's another week of the Southside boys. So, Deech and guys, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Day by day.
Yeah, right.
Deech, how you doing? I want to say, Deech, you did a great job hosting last week.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So,
Oh yeah, I just
yeah,
want.
no, I'm just celebrating. Got my Miller Lite here. White Sox victory, few and far between. So you gotta enjoy them while they last. So
I mean, I saw a stat that they were 3-23, and now they are 6-19 at the first 25 or whatever the heck. So I guess it's progress.
yeah,
Not much,
we're less
but
ass this year. So
yeah, I mean, hey, I'll take it. Every win is just a bonus.
yeah, so well, we can delve into it a little bit here. We'll start off with Edgar Caro. Obviously, got the call. I personally will just a little bit here. I have been thoroughly impressed defensively, offensively. I mean, the guy can hit. The guy isn't just going up there hacking. He makes adjustments. There was an at bat. I think it was either yesterday or the day before, two strikes, sits there, just kind of puts the bat out there and plopped it into left field. I think they said he's 22 years old. I just think there's a lot you can sit and gain by just continuing to develop him, because that's a very young age to have a guy have very clean mechanics, in my opinion, with almost everything. So, how did you guys feel about it? Tino, we could start with you.
Yeah, I mean, because I wasn't here last week. You guys missed me so much. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, it was nice to see somebody like that, especially the at bats, and as you said, with the two strikes, the two outs, and he was the one, and he was the reason why we got the one game in Boston. He hit the base hit to get the 2 runs in, and it was a breath of fresh air to watch a hitter actually be able to take pitches and good at bats and good things that we haven't seen in a while, especially in a catcher. I think the last good catcher we had was AJ. So. And the fact that he's 22 years old, it's like crazy. The guy just started drinking last year. Like, how is he already in the majors? And even Chase
Well, he started
Mydra,
legally drinking.
huh?
He started legally drinking.
Yeah, legally. That's true. Legally drinking.
Not to
But
put that implication on him that he would do something like that, but
and that's I mean, Justin and I agree. I mean, we're tired of the prospects and all of that. So actually seeing it for a little bit and seeing it through the series and even the Twin series, he continued it. It's been nice to see Edgar Carroll come up and do exactly. And it sucks that we lost Chase in the Boston series, but hopefully he'll be back soon and continue what he was doing.
yeah, I mean, I think the biggest point that you touched on is just since how long it's been. Catcher is such an important position, and they just haven't had one, like you said, probably since AJ. I mean, Yaz had like a couple good offensive years when he was healthy in 20 and 21, but he was even then worthless behind the plate. And so, Deech, you talk about like the comfortability defensively and just having an actual guy back there while also still having Teal in the pipeline. I was talking about this with my dad on Easter. It's crazy that they went so long without a catcher, and now they feel like you have two in the system. Is sweet. Obviously, they need anybody in the lineup hitting the ball, so that's just an added bonus that he's been able to put the ball in play. And I didn't watch much of the Twin series, admittedly. I watched a little today on lunch, but been roped up in NBA and NHL playoffs and such. But I've been hearing good things, and he was good in Boston this weekend, so. Just play him every day is my thing. I know that Dice homered in one of the games he started in Boston, but you don't bring a prospect like that up to have them ride the bench, and so just keep him in the lineup and keep him getting consistent at bats.
Well, and to really just differentiate himself from Pedro, Will Venable has already come out and said, like, when Chase came up, he was like, he's here to play. And I believe it should be the same thing with Caro, where, I mean, he may get an off day occasionally, but I do honestly think they may roll with Theis until around the trade deadline, thinking they can probably not that you'll get much for him, but I mean, at this point, just keep hoarding prospects, I guess. Unless Teal just goes absolutely berserk and forces his way up. Why rush him at this point? I feel like
he's not hitting a ton, is he?
He got off to a hot start. I think he's cooled down a bit. So I don't know. I don't feel like having them both up is necessarily beneficial this first half of the season where it needs to happen. So we'll see with that.
I think the biggest thing was just is getting Edgar at bats too. If like you said, having them both up, you kind of like lose at bats for them, and unless like one's playing first base, or I don't even know if Kyle Teal can play first base. Can he? Is he catcher first base?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's the one thing. And like you said, I mean Edgar playing every day. I mean Dice is good, but I mean even like the way he worked with Smith today. I mean the fact that and Shane said it a little bit in his press conference on the post game show, like just like how nice and it just it's interesting to see a catcher be able to do that because for so long we've just had these catchers that just they don't even know how to like play. They don't know how to even like I can't think of the word, but with the ball, the freaking I can't
framing.
Yeah, frame the ball. It just and just so far it seems like he's even doing that. Even like today, there was a couple pitches that it seemed like he like how the catchers love to move their pit or their mitt into it, and so I don't know. We'll see what happens though.
Yes. So with that, I mean, obviously you mentioned Chase Mydrith went on the IL.
We just can't go a series without.
Was that the only one who went on the IL? I was trying to think.
I think there were. Well, Justin Anderson I know got released or DFA. Oh, Martin Perez went on the 60-day DL is what happened. That's what it was.
Oh yes.
So that's why we had the bullpen game yesterday with Bryce Wilson and all that and the nonsense. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've started to see a lot of criticism of Getz, which it's not like I am pro Getz by any means. I mean, I've warmed up to him a bit, but I do think
trades have been terrible.
Yes, the trades. I was going to say though, with the injuries, I do feel like he added a significant amount of depth compared to. I mean, even Rick Hahn, it would be like the second someone then went down, you were really scrambling to figure out who the hell you were going to throw out there. So I, from that perspective, not that anyone is like a stud that they've added. I mean, they have
There's
Palacios.
3 guys I never want to see play for this team ever again. Joshua Palacio, whatever the hell his name is. Yes, he got a walking RBI today. Jacob Amaya, please get off the baseball team. And I lost my third one. God damn it. But yeah, it will come back to me.
Vaughn and Robert are making me way more mad than those guys are. Just them. It's just like get rid of them. Get rid of the stink of that entire. Like those are the 2 like leftovers. Like get them out. I mean, Robert he doesn't even care. I don't even know if it's care. I don't know what it is, but he's just lost up there.
Yeah, I mean, even today, I mean, it was like he looked at a pitch that was right down like Broadway where you could have hit it, and it's always with men on first and third, bases loaded, this and that, and it's just like, why are you not like being able to be that guy? And yes, Vaughn has had a couple decent games. He had a couple decent games in Minnesota and everything, but I mean, he's still batting under. I think he's still batting under 200 and can't. And man, the obsession with Tim Elko, people want Tim Elko up like tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with that because Tim Elko might just steal his job. The way he's
playing. Well, and that kind of plays into the lack of converting with runners in scoring position. I mean, I don't know the exact statistic, but it's definitely not good. I mean, didn't Robert strike out, or I don't know what he did with bases loaded today.
Yeah, he struck out with bases loaded.
I
looking the other time too. I don't know if it was looking or swinging with them loaded, but
yeah, that's the thing. This offense, they were just like in previous years. We were expecting the previous core to be able to lift the offense, and it has not happened.
No.
Who knows? That's the thing, though. Can you honestly get anything for Robert at this point?
No.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
it's almost ride him out until the end of the season and then just decline his option.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not
I
like
don't
they're
know.
big outfield prospects that he's like taking ABs from.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think he just needs a change of scenery? Because like even Gavin Sheets, all of a sudden he learns how to hit the ball everywhere in freaking San Diego. Is it just that they just don't like us? Like,
I'm just gonna go on record here saying
I don't know what it is, but it's not working out here.
I'm just gonna say fuck everyone who hated on Gavin Sheets. Gavin Bond stands unite.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you're the only one who
I would have taken him over Vaughn any day.
Sheets and be like, that was my guy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what went into the decision of. I honestly think it was because Vaughn was a first round pick. They were like, "There's no way we can just like walk away from him for nothing." But that's probably what's going to happen.
Went to.
I do not
because
know
I don't know. I feel like because he was in that draft, wasn't he? Because I feel like the Sox like missed him by one and everything. I'll look in a second, but I think that's exactly what it is. They just don't want to give up on him. But have they not realized that a lot of the people that they've given up on is that it's been better? You know, like even Edgar. Sometimes I feel like I could see I can see with Edgar. I sometimes can feel like what the Sox are kind of hoping with Moncada with some of the at bats that he has, especially left-handed. Sometimes like it's just like. It's like the things that like they were hoping Moncada be able to do, and already with Edgar, we're seeing it. And I don't know. It just one of these things, especially with those two, because the fact that they're also batting 3 and 4, 4 or 5 is also that's not good.
I will say though, like they have cleaned up fundamentally. I mean, the baseball is not as brutal to sit and watch as the last 2 years.
They just can't hit the ball. I mean,
yeah,
because when they do hit the ball, we win.
The at-bats are better. I mean, it's not like they're going up and just swinging at everything. So, I mean, it's at least pleasant in the aspect of we watched such shitty baseball for the last 2 years that you can be like, all right, I can kind of buy back into this, but
I think that's what it is. And it's sad because like I was saying, like we're literally 3 games better, and it feels like we're like 10 games better already this year. It's sad.
Well, we beat the Twins only once last year, right? So we doubled that. That is where you can make up ground. I mean, it's funny, but like that is where you can make up grounds in the wins and avoid fucking setting the record 2 years in a row. Is like, okay, well, we beat the Twins once last year. That we play them. I mean, not as many times as they used to because they changed the schedule. But like, you get double-digit games against them. Like, if you can manage to beat them 3 or 4 times, that's going to go a really long way. Especially with, like they struggled against. Or Detroit's really good. I think Detroit's really good this year, and they just took a series from San Diego. I don't know how many times, if at all, the Sox are going to beat Detroit. So you can kind of count that as a wash. Like
that's true.
The Tigers are very well managed.
Beat Detroit as it is,
and so they're going to understand. Like AJ Hinch understands the importance of beat the White Sox. Those are free wins, and so I don't know if they're going to get any against Detroit. I'd be, they might be like the Twins last year where they beat them one time, even though the Twins kind of stunk last year. But they're better than us apparently. So yeah.
Speaking of the Twins, and this is obvious, this was not on the agenda, but just kind of popped in my head here. Rocco Baldelli is notoriously known as being like the manager who pretty much has to take orders from the GM. And I saw a tweet the other day where someone mentioned that they think that Getz is fiddling with the lineup with Will, and that it's not just Will making the lineup. Do you actually think that's taking place, or?
I think people are just traumatized. I think that's what it is. I mean, like, I think that's what it is. I think people are just traumatized.
They don't have good any. I don't understand what. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name because I don't want to butcher it. I don't really understand him hitting leadoff. Whatever. there isn't a lineup they can put out of guys on their, like Luis Robert can't hit leadoff with the way he's playing. Andrew Benintendi's been a good hitter, but was not good when they batted him leadoff. So you don't want to get like put him in a funk and change his groove when he's actually like at least somewhat hitting for power this year when he's been healthy and such. So it's like, I don't know who's making the call between Getz and Venable. I know that it's a back and forth deal. I'm sure it's a bad roster. There's only so much, it's putting makeup on a pig, right? At the end of the day,
He said makeup on a pig.
Well,
at the end of the day, that's what we're doing here.
Well, and I know Steve Stone did mention on the broadcast earlier that once Chase is back, he does think that they're
we in like the same wavelength. Deech, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
He pretty much said like it's
leadoff.
going to be Chase moving forward. So
yeah,
that's at least a good sign because I believe we have had the most difference in leadoff hitters to start the season.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Yeah,
based off of the amount of games and everything. So.
Yeah, I think they said 18 leadoff hitters already we've had. And I think the guy that's batted leadoff the most is Nick Maton, and he was the other one I was talking about. I gave him credit the first week, and ever since then, this guy forgot how to play baseball. I don't know. I'm tired of these guys that don't know what they're. I don't know.
I mean, Justin's comment of putting makeup on a pig is very. I mean.
It's perfect.
Realistic.
It's a perfect analogy.
Line up however you want. It's this.
Yeah. Well, that's what
the same bad players 1 through 9 for the most part.
Well, and I just don't understand some of the I get some people on Twitter are like joking when they sit and just rag on the lineup, but like there are some people daily who just like throw an absolute fit because like the guy they think that should be batting 5th is like batting, and it's like who gives a fuck?
I think your problem is you follow too many of these people because I don't see that the depth of that. I saw a little bit of.
He's our social media guy.
This is Venable or Getz putting the lineup out, but nothing like. I don't know if you're exaggerating when you say the thing about like who the 5th hitter should be, but like I feel like it's a pretty much a consensus among people who actually have brains and are capable of having meaningful conversation about this team that there really just isn't much you can do with this lineup. And I get not wanting to see that cat hit lead off. That's fine. I mean, you probably shouldn't be getting your most at bats in a game, but I mean, who should I don't know, you try moving like a Lenin Sosa up there maybe? I mean, or getting Vargas back up there, but he
gotta give those two credit, man. Those two are carrying this team right now. Fact that Lenin Sosa and Miguel Vargas just had to get rid of the fucking mustache or whatever and change his stance. My God, the last 2 days he learned how to fucking hit a baseball.
Yeah,
like so it was just like and again, like if he could play like that, then that Dodgers trade won't look so it's never gonna look great. But I mean, just please play good, just reliable, And that's the thing. I mean, the fact that even I trust Lenin and Vargas more than I do Robert and Vaughn with men on base right now. Like I'd put Vaughn and Vargas. Or Vaughn and Robert, where they have Vargas and fucking Sosa.
I mean, I would trust a rookie ball player more than Robert and Vaughn with guys on base right now.
I mean, that's true. I mean, you're right there. But I mean, they do need to and hopefully when guys get healthy, they do need to help. But again, we've been talking about injuries for years. I'm just sick of it. I'm so over it. It's just all the time. I think it's just a White Sox thing at this point. Shit.
So
they don't like us.
I guess just covering the last week. I mean, they went 2-5. So they won one like Justin predicted in Boston. It was not set. What day was it? Sunday. We won.
It was Sunday. Yeah, with yeah. The only game they won again with the guy starting for Boston being the guy I placed the Cy Young future on. I was like, oh, Tanner will get it this season on track here with facing the White Sox. Nope.
No. What did they also say today? The White Sox are 3-4 against the Red Sox. They went, and then they're 3-4.
Yeah, no, that's
and then they're 3-15 against everybody else now.
Yeah, if Boston misses the playoffs by a couple of games, this is why it's April, but these games matter. If they end up missing by a game or two, they're gonna be like, well, we shouldn't have lost
to the White Sox.
3 games to the Sox, to the White Sox.
Man,
Yeah.
And they could have had Saturday too, but Shane Smith pitched great again. I really thought he was. They just it's always the bullpen, man.
Well, they can't hit.
Ken
the
Murphy.
bullpen, yeah.
Get that motherfucker. Put him on a bus to fucking Charlotte or fucking Birmingham, because the man cannot throw a strike if he had a beach ball in his hand.
Who's that? Penn Murphy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly thought too that he was going to be, because he pitched a ton that opening weekend and early in the season when they had leads. So they clearly thought coming into the year that he was going to be one of the more reliable guys.
No. They said
yeah.
No.
Well, and that's the thing with the bullpen. I think honestly, I said this the other day. Boozer, Vassell, and who's the third one I was thinking of?
Your boy, Steve.
Steven Wilson. Now that Steven Wilson, yeah, that's the only guy that's doing fucking shit in the Dylan Cease trade right now. Comes up, apparently he works on his mechanics and shit, and he's been a fucking stud. Just comes out, throws the ball, doesn't give a shit.
I'm fucking dead.
If those three come into the game, I'm relatively okay with it. I think Vassell gave up a home run the other night because he was out there for like 50 fucking pitches. Where I was like,
Leisure was a heart attack on a leash today. I mean, what the hell, man?
Oh,
my God! Well, he puts the first two guys get on, and then it's Larnach who homered against him yesterday, and falling behind in counts. Oh my Lord!
Man,
that was when I was watching. Just in time for this garbage,
like, of course.
Like, I popped out to check in on Shane, a couple of times, but like I truly sat down to watch this. I was sad they didn't let him go, and I'm like, oh my God, Leisure, of course. But amazingly.
Yeah, I can't say I was sitting there overly confident when Leisure stepped on the mound there. And I've vocally multiple times in different scenarios, I do not want Leisure in high leverage situations. I mean, you can throw him in for like garbage innings at this point to like build up his confidence, but I mean, it's like I feel like he walks the leadoff guy at least 75% of the time when he comes in. I mean, half of our bullpen does that, but he specifically just sticks out as like, all right, this would be a lot easier if you just stop putting the first guy on base.
Yeah.
Granted, leadoff walk is Hawk has said for freaking the man. And it always happens. The guy, and I don't know, the one dude with the long hair on the Twins just kept stealing the bases, not Hader or Bader, the other dude, the rookie or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know if that's another thing, but I mean, even like yesterday, he threw the ball right away back to the first base twice, and then the guy ran. It was like, that you only get 3 times, right? So they just need to figure.
That dude's fast though, and he can steal bases. Like,
no, I know. I'm not saying that he can't.
I don't know. They're never going to be able to just fully. They're a ton better at keeping runners on than they were in previous years. I mean. Because Yasmani Grandal needed like a cane to get up and throw the ball down to second base.
Every team just makes it look so easy to hit the ball with runners in scoring position, and the White Sox make it look like it's a job, and it's just like it's really not that difficult because and it's just I feel more confident when they get like a double to lead off the inning than when they start with bases loaded, nobody out, because they usually get like 1 or 2 runs. I couldn't tell you the last time the Sox like unloaded the bases. That'd be a good stat. When was the last time the White Sox did a grand slam? I'm going to look it up. And I'm also going to look up that Andrew Vaughn draft because I forgot to. But,
I have no idea. I saw Gavin Sheets grand slam last year, but I highly doubt. Well, it would not surprise me if that was the last one they hit. But someone hit one this year, didn't they?
No. Yeah, no, that was the last one. I forgot he did hit one last year. That's right. Of course he did. But yeah.
So, I mean, obviously they still have been losing a ton. So you've got everyone, not everyone, but some people, probably not the people that Justin follows, because apparently he just has the high-end White Sox fans. There have been some people who have been pointing fingers, and it's a mix of Jerry, Getz, Will Venable. So with that, I personally don't. You can't put any blame on Will. But is it Getz? Is it Jerry? Like, what's the?
Okay, there we go. What?
This on my phone.
Oh, that's
No, it's all good. You just suck.
I was like, what was he saying?
But no, I mean, I've seen a mix in the people that I follow. The lower-minded people who don't know what they're talking about.
Like that.
Come on,
I just said too many. You're gonna find, you're
Oh.
run into
You also
those.
run the, you also run the Twitter
arguing about
account,
who's batting
so.
fifth.
Yeah.
So no, I was just saying, I mean, Jerry gets Will. I can't blame Will at all. Gets, I mean, the trades were not very good other than the Crochet one so far. And then Jerry, I mean, I don't know how much you can keep beating a dead horse. They need to start spending, obviously. So is there anyone specifically you would, I mean, it's pretty easy to say Jerry here, but
I mean, I don't even think like it's I was thinking about it a lot over the weekend or whatever, and I don't know, but it feels like this year is like Gets like what last year was, but like Gets his first year. So it's like I feel like it's gonna be like what we had to go through last year, but maybe just not as worse. And then hopefully next year is what we were hoping. Like I feel like we're a year behind, is what I kind of feel like. Where I feel like this is what Gets wanted last year. And now this is what we're getting this year, but he had so much shit that he had to deal with last year because of all the bullshit and the drama and the foul territory, the nonsense and the blah, blah, blah that, yeah. So that's how I feel about that with that, because again, we're always going to blame Jerry and everything like that until I saw somebody say that until Jerry's gone, there's going to be nothing changed. And I mean, again, like we could say that, but that doesn't mean anything. Just because it happened with the Blackhawks doesn't mean it's going to happen with the Sox and Bulls too. So,
I just cannot sit through they're on pace to lose another 100 games this year. Obviously, you kind of just, if they lose another 100, like you absolutely cannot lose another 100 next year or next season. But I don't know what to say about it anymore.
How many years in a row did the Astros lose 100? Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 2 or something, because I remember the Astros were bad for a second there. It was also 2019 that Andrew Vaughn was drafted, and the first 2 picks were fucking Adley Rutschman and Bobby Witt Jr. So
yeah, well, we don't have the benefit of being able to get first-round picks for just being garbage. So
yeah, that's true. We got screwed when we're the worst team in baseball, and somehow we still end up with the 10th pick. What is it with Chicago and the 10 picks? The Bears have the 10th pick tonight. It's like, come on. Oh, well. What the hell do I know, right?
So, but I guess next, I don't know how much you've paid attention to the Rockies. I mean, I've tuned into some of the games.
Rockies.
Just depending on
why are we talking about the Rockies?
Well, because they're worse than the White Sox right now. Do we think that's like a consensus? Are the White Sox better than the Rockies this year, where we won't be the absolute worst team in baseball? Or is there a chance that we can be dethroned from second to worst and become the worst again?
Man, I mean, we play the Athletics. All it takes is, again, the Athletics are the Athletics. But I mean, the fact the Orioles are 9-14, the Twins are 9-14, and we're still 3 games, like whatever. I mean, I feel like that's just what it's going to be. But I also feel like eventually, I feel like if all these guys can get healthy and if they could all play together, I feel like we very well could see them all just like go on like a decent run where they kind of collect a little bit more wins like a period of time, so it doesn't look so bad. Because I mean, the way the Orioles are playing, they really, bro, that's the team that should have went out and got Crochet or something, man. The Orioles, while we're talking about other teams, the Orioles are fucking disaster. They were talking about their window being closed already. So, and again, with me this year, just for what I'm kind of looking like. I know this sounds stupid, but like when they won their 4th game, I looked when they won last year. So I didn't look when they won their 6th game yet, but that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, okay, well, they it was fucking May 12th when they won their 6th game. So at least we're that far ahead now.
I don't think they won their 6th game till like a week into May last year.
Well, that's what I'm gonna
yeah.
look right now. But I just that's kind of where I'm at, where it's like the fact they have 6, and at this point we had 3, and I think at this point was when we were, and again, things could happen and it could fucking whatever, but at this exact moment, that's just how I feel, and that's exactly we just gotta take it day by day with this bullshit, because that's what and that's the biggest thing I think with baseball is you just gotta take it day by day, unless you're a Dodgers fan or a freaking San Diego fan, because San Diego's
sorry guys,
fire right now.
No problem. I just had asked, do you think that the Rockies will continue to be worse than the White Sox all year, or are they going to dethrone us for second worst?
They have the harder division to pick up wins in. I'm sitting here talking. I mean, I guess the Tigers did take the series from San Diego, but sitting here talking about how good they are, and the Dodgers are dealing, or the Dodgers are one of them. The Padres or whatever. The Rockies have to deal with 4 playoff contenders, at least with how things look early. I don't know how much the Giants are going to maintain it, but I'm comfortable saying the other 3 are playoff teams. So, yeah, they could be worse. That could easily happen. I think they're as just much of a joke as we are.
Yeah.
They just never seem to like figure anything out. I mean, I remember when they freaking had what was it, Ubaldo Jimenez, and even like with the fact we were watching Trevor's Story this weekend, does everybody forget that this man started his career in the freaking Colorado?
Yeah.
And Chris Bryant also fell off the face of the earth.
Well, he's got like a serious injury now. He's got like something with like a spinal, like something that young people don't usually go get.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, he very well could retire in the next few seasons, if not sooner. Once your back goes, you're kind of, especially you can't hit. I mean, look at Prince Fielder. That guy was.
And I hated Prince Fielder, but I also loved Prince Fielder at the same
time.
Oh,
he was the man. I mean, obviously it was tough when he was in Detroit, but
it was him and Victor Martinez, man, back to back. Oh, and then they added JD Martinez. Oh God, it gives me anxiety.
Miggy, yeah, they had good teams.
Oh, and Miggy, that's I didn't even add Miggy. And
then,
and then Jose
Iglesias, that generation.
You remember when the White Sox tried to get Alex Avila after he had those like 2-3 good years in Detroit, and then they were like, "Oh, let's try to bring him here." Sucked for a year.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had like Zach Collins, who was raking in, I don't even know what minor league.
He was. I remember meeting him at Sox Fest that one year, and man, they were acting like this guy was going to be the next great catching prospect. And he was a nice dude and everything, but man, the guy could not hit the ball if it's like fucking dependent on it.
Yeah,
I guess a lot of that. I guess there's a lot of that with the with the White Sox. I think that's just
before we move on to my next point, I just wanted to highlight Shane Smith. I mean, I'm going to go on record saying this. I won't say like his mechanics are nothing like this person who I'm going to compare him to. Like his pitches, obviously, he's a righty. With how efficiently he can work, and it's like every outing, you honestly feel like you're watching Burley games back in the day. I mean, he gets the ball and he gets to work. He shoves and then he's done. Obviously, he's still building up his arm. As they mentioned on the broadcast today, this is literally the first time in the majors that he's being used as a starter. With the Brewers, it was all like relief innings in their minor league system. So I think he threw like 80-something pitches today. But even just that, I mean, to have 7 strikeouts, 80-some pitches in 5 innings, they can't hit him. And this was the second time that like the Twins had already seen him. So everyone with these looking at the analytics and the metrics and trying to be like, he's going to fall off. I don't know. No one can seem to hit that changeup at all.
Yeah. I mean, and the fact that he's a Rule 5 draft pick, and even Steven, oh my God, John said it today, that the fact that he's our 5th starter and he's pitching the best out of everybody is just, it's insane. Like,
but he's the first starter. He's not.
Yeah, SP1.
They can set the rotation however the hell they want out of spring training. He's the only reliable starter in the rotation. It is not like you say it like that makes it sound like an embarrassment of riches. Like, oh my God. And this is the fifth starter. Like, no, he's the only guy performing, happens to be the guy they slotted fifth because he had never been a starter at this level.
I mean, even the Boston, he didn't have his best stuff in Boston. And still, I mean, he still found ways to get out of jams and stuff like that. I don't know. Some of these other starters, it's just frustrating to watch when they can't find the strike zone. And you're just, if you have 2 outs, you can't be putting the guy on first base by a walk or like just you didn't hit your spot on your pitch and there's a guy in front. The extension of innings is what bothers me, I guess. And it's not been as Davis Martin seems to be kind of pulling it together. Cannon is hit or miss. Sean Burke, I don't know. I was expecting a lot more after seeing him at the home opener, and it's just not gone his way.
Yeah, he doesn't have it. I mean, Cannon's not shown anything, and then obviously now you have the hole in the rotation with Perez, and you don't have a lefty starter either to go with that.
That's true. Do they have any starters? Like I know, like I saw yesterday, like Nastrini pitch and everything. I don't know if he's. I think he's a righty though. But I mean, is there any pitchers that could be ready to even come up to so we're not having bullpen days every 5 days? Because man, this bullpen is just gonna get shot again. And what are we gonna do in April and June? Or I say April and June, May and June.
I don't know what the strategy is going to be. I do not think it's sustainable to have Bryce Wilson going out there and throwing you 3 innings. And having to go
get to the 3rd inning yesterday.
Oh, okay. I was being generous.
He got to he got to the 2nd with 2 outs. I think man.
Well, regardless, you can't rely on your bullpen to be giving you. I mean, at that rate, 6-7 innings every 5 days. There's Owen White, who I know we claimed from the Yankees, who could possibly be a starter. And then, I mean, there is Nastrini. Nastrini, I think, struggled early on, but he did throw, I think, 6 innings of shutout ball yesterday. Yeah. So with that, this one.
What about Danks?
What, John Danks?
Yeah, the old radio bit, the guy calling about the.
Man, imagine.
So, pay your respects.
So, Eric's comment here. This one's a decent one. When do you see Montgomery getting the call up? I have my own opinion on this. I'll let you guys go first, though.
I mean, I'll say before the All-Star break is what I think.
I think it's up to Colson. When are you going to start hitting consistently? And then they'll call him up. I mean, you're on your Tino. You open the show complaining about Jacob Amaya. I open Twitter every day. It's Jacob Amaya. He's the new Yuri Garcia. These people, you just find a guy to fixate on. And, it's not Jacob Amaya's fault that Colson Montgomery hasn't done what it takes to get called up to the big leagues, and he's forced to play shortstop every day.
That's a good
point. Know? But anyway, that's a total tangent. Whenever he's ready, I don't know when that's going to be. I mean, I hope that he's put this back stuff behind him, but back injuries just worry me. That said it a few minutes ago with KB.
Yeah.
Especially the third basemen or the shortstop third basemen, because those. But yeah, no, you're right on that. I mean, you're with the Amaya thing. I didn't even think about that. If Colston hit, we wouldn't have Jacob Amaya.
So. Yeah.
Because they're obviously not waiting like that. I didn't think they'd call Edgar up this fast. To be honest, I was shocked when they did.
I mean, most people thought that Montgomery coming into the spring would make the roster out of spring training. So it's not a White Sox thing. It's not he just needs to prove that he's capable. I mean, we're past the service time manipulation crap. If he was ready to be up, he'd be up. He's just not.
Yeah, I mean, his strikeout numbers, I don't know the exact numbers, but they're not good. People generally kind of rip on that. I don't know. I'm getting to the point with him, though. I don't know how much longer you can keep hiding him in the minors. It's going to get to the point where it's like sink or swim. I can't really, unless he's injured, I really can't sit here. If for some odd reason they did not bring him up all year until September, I would be pissed because it's like, what are we hiding here?
He struck out 38 times this year.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and I think he's missed time too. So I mean, it's not.
Yeah, he's played 20 games.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. So.
And he's had 87 plate appearances, so 38 strikeouts out of 87 plate appearances. Like that's
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Before
I mean,
we
again,
get
like
in,
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, with how it's happening, I mean, we could have anybody called up at any time, but I mean, that's just so.
except the outfield, that apparently is just barren because we just keep running out. I don't know.
And get Joshua. Yeah, man, the man got a base hit and a walk. Please get him off my team. I can't deal with it anymore. I hate. Why are we still talking about right fielders and second basemen? Okay, maybe not second. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm just tired of talking about right field.
So
When's
this is
Mike
obviously.
Oh, I did also. Rojas is also going. I heard Brooks say it today that he's going on his rehab assignment to Charlotte. I think tomorrow. So he could be back very soon. That could
Yeah,
I guess
he's on a major league deal, so maybe then he bumps. Although your boy Justin Bobby Dahlbeck got the call. Shortstop Bobby Dahlbeck.
Where did he play? Where was he at? Diamondbacks?
No, he was the Red Sox.
Yeah.
What's with all these Red Sox now? Everybody's from the Red Sox. Red Sox traumatized me.
Chris Getz knows a guy in Boston. It's all about his connections.
Of course. It's always about the connections. It's always about the people that you know. And the people you know.
Before we get into like the week ahead, the only last point I had was, and this was prior to Miguel Vargas hitting a home run today, and not that it changes that much.
We got to win.
Robert Vaughn and Vargas they're all hitting under 200.
I put them 7, 8, 9. There you go. Ta-da! Literally.
Well, I mean, the struggles, like, are they going to get out of them? And if they do not, like, how it's going to be pretty big implications for Chris Getz. I mean, I honestly feel like he was he was set on trading Robert and likely Vaughn at the deadline minimally, to try and continue to backfill the prospects. Who knows? But obviously, I mean, if they continue, they're not getting shit for either of those two. And then Vargas, I don't know. I really would not have been as like intrigued or even have probably brought him up as a point here, but they like did the same shit that they used to do where they hyped him up. Oh, he put on 20 pounds of muscle this past off season. And you had like Will Venable going off on tangents about him. Chris Getz talking about how his swing looks so much better. All the work he put in the off season. I mean, it's piss or get off the pot time for him at this point. I don't think he has options where you can option him to AAA.
No.
So we really got to start seeing something other than I hit one home run and batting.
Well, what he's done. Well, I'll say what he's done the last 2 days and whatever the hell he fixed with whatever the hell his name is. If he can continue, like in a week from now, if he's not doing anything, then but like. From the 2 games that I've seen since he's changed his approach or whatever, it seems like it's working. So hopefully that's what it was. But yeah, I mean at this point, like if it continues, and it was just a couple good games.
Fellas, my dinner just got here. I apologize. I had to about 2 minutes before this call, this show started, do a complete audible on my evening.
So you're going to eat pizza,
which I'll explain to you guys over text. My only thought on that point, Deech, is I think you were right earlier that you just wait to the offseason and not pick up Robert's contract. I can't – with how it's going right now, nobody's going to want him because not only the numbers aren't there, he doesn't even look like he's there mentally. Vaughn, I'm in the boat of like hoping that they see what they have in Tim Elko, but it seems like they don't want to admit that they're moving off of Vaughn. We'll see if that changes, if this – rides into the summer. Vargas, it's just another bad trade. Maybe he fixed his swing forever. I think it's more likely that he was just due to run into one today, and we're going to be having this same conversation next week and many more times this summer.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Justin. We appreciate it and enjoy your dinner.
Thanks for having me, fellas. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again. I'll text you both, but have a good rest of the
See you
next week.
All right.
Bye-bye. Just us. Now what?
Well, I mean, we're pretty much. Do you have anything to expand on regarding that at all before we move on to pretty much just wrapping it up?
Which part? With which part?
Just like the implications and like, are any of the three going to bounce back, or is this like?
I mean, like I said with Vargas, I just whatever. But I mean, the other two, they need to figure it out. I think it, like Justin said, like with the two guys, like they still just give me the same vibes that we would get from the Moncadas, the Andersons, the this guy and the that guy, where they go up, they look at the 3 pitches, they don't care, and then they walk back. Like, how many pitches does Robert have to look at in the strike zone? That, and yes, there were yesterday, Lance Diaz, whatever the fuck type of strike zone that this man had was like he was on some type of funny pills or something. But I mean, there were a couple pitches that he got struck out on that were not strikes. But I mean, he needs to also realize that and make an adjustment, and he's not doing that. And he needs to realize that because we need him when we have bases loaded, nobody out. We should at least get 2 runs. Like he's that guy that needs to do that. So that's just how I feel. And I think Justin's right with the Tim Alk. They just don't want to admit that Andrew Vaughn is not what they wanted him to be as the number 3 overall pick. Especially as good as Alco's doing. Yes, the people on Twitter seem to be obsessed with him. But if he's hitting the ball, like I've said, bring up 10 Jane Does. Just hit the baseball. I don't care who you are. That's why I think I like Chase so much. Because he's not the guy that many people know. But he goes out there and does it. And I think it's hysterical. The kid can't keep his hat on his head. And every time he goes for something, the freaking hat or helmet falls off. But it just shows how much and how hard he plays. And we haven't had that in a while. So, yeah. Even running down to first, too. I feel like for these people, they still can't run.
Well, if you're talking about Vaughn, he's just slow.
Oh, no, I know definitely Vaughn. But even Robert sometimes, yeah. Shit,
yeah.
I mean, but again, hopefully the injuries and hopefully my draft. Hopefully Talkman could ever come back if he's ever fucking can get away from the hamstrings. But again, I think that will also do with the cold if we could just, but yeah, that's why I think as the year goes on, I think it will just get hopefully better and better. And again, like the fact that we still have some games in April and we've already doubled our win total is kind of sad. So we'll see what happens the rest of the month. But that's kind of like, where I'm at with that, where it's like, yeah, like they might not be winning like a bunch, but every win like is like hopefully a win in the right direction where we're not losing 121 games again. Because I don't even like I watched all those games last year and I don't remember how I watched all those games last year. How the hell did I watch 121 losses? I really don't know.
I don't know. I kind of just moved on from last season.
It's like a blur.
Try and think
I don't even remember, man. Like I seriously do not remember anything like after WrestleMania last year, and this was around the same time. I just don't remember. I think opening day was like the day before WrestleMania, but yeah, I don't remember shit.
I mean, even the games I attended, I choose not to.
Do you keep tracking the ballpark app?
No, I generally forget, honestly.
Dude, I kept track for a long time, and then I lost. I was like, dang, I forgot.
So,
because I had season tickets for a while too there, and then the guy left, and they wouldn't give me my tickets, and then yeah. Speaking of that, I've still not got my tickets from Sox Fest. Somebody from the White Sox needs to like give me a call or something, or this is bullshit. Man, I want my tickets. Man, this is bullshit. Nobody's going to these games.
I am.
He said I am.
I'll continue to go to the ballpark. But anyway, I don't even care, honestly. The less crowd there is, it's kind of just whatever. I mean, they're not playing like great baseball where the crowd. Although I will say, like the weekend games, they can pull decent crowds.
Yeah, because all those giveaways they do. Man, they do a giveaway a weekend now.
So, but yeah, moving forward, the week ahead, we have 3 at the Athletics and then 3 at home against Milwaukee.
Where is the Athletic Stadium? Because I played this show and it looked like it was a minor league baseball park. Is that
it is a minor league stadium?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, they're playing in a AAA stadium, I believe.
So I'm hoping I'm hoping for that specific reason. I'm hoping that we're out of the gosh darn Coliseum. Hopefully they have better luck because, man, that Coliseum just hated us. Those traumatizing losses that we had in the Coliseum just, oh, man,
Did we get swept by the Athletics at home?
When? This year?
Yeah, wasn't it recently we just played them?
I thought we get swept? I thought we won. No? I don't know. No, that's right. I don't know. Let's find out. Did we get swept?
No, we got swept.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did get swept.
Yeah, we kind of got our asses kicked.
Yeah, we did. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Because they just kept running around the bases and the fuck you. That's right. Anyway.
So we will see. Hopefully, we can make some adjustments. Overall, with that, 3-3. What do you think they're gonna go over the next week before we're back?
Well, okay, so they got. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, okay, so they. Because I was just curious. That's right. Because Justin said they doubled their win totals because they got swept by the Twins too, and then but okay. I think with the Athletics, man, I think the Athletics games are just. I don't know what it is with the Athletics, man. I feel like at least me, I feel like I've been every year with the Athletics. No matter who they play, no matter who's on their team, they always find ways to win against us. And that freaking Soda Strom or whatever the hell that just hits the baseball everywhere. I don't know, but hopefully the pitchers saw them already, and hopefully as they did with the Twins, and as Shane Smith definitely did again, but Shane Smith's a different breed right now, man. I don't know what he's drinking, but should be interesting. I just think that they just need to I don't know. Athletics just irritate me, is what it is. But I'll say they win one, hopefully.
Against the Athletics or the whole week?
No, the Athletics. I was going by the Athletics. Yeah, no. Yeah, and then they go and play man, the Brewers, they couldn't have played in Milwaukee this year. You're telling me I have to go all the way back to Chicago? Just no. Man, I don't think the Brewers have been playing. It was funny. I was actually at a bar yesterday, sitting there watching the draft stuff, and there were people talking about the Brewers. The Brewers are at 500, 13-13. So I think that's another one. I think that I think at best, I think they could take 2 out of 3 against the Brewers, possibly, but I'm still probably going to stick with 1 win. And again, I don't even think it's about the wins. It's just to play better baseball, and the wins are good and everything else like that. And I think that like I said, as the season goes on, I think that they're going to start getting better to where they're going to be that team by the end of the year, where last year they went 10-15 in September. Maybe they go 15-10, and they're the reason why, like Justin said earlier, the Red Sox won't make the playoffs because they lost 3 games to the White Sox. So I'm hoping as the months go on, it just keeps getting better, especially if Chase can come back, Talkman, Edgar's continues. Maybe they call up a couple people, Montgomery, Got to give us something to look forward to this summer, man. It's only April. May's next Wednesday, so.
So for the I think they're gonna go 3. They're gonna go 500. They'll go 3-3 next week. Although I can't really determine what,
because we have Sean Burke, we have Jonathan Cannon, and we have Davis Martin. So that's why I'll say the one that we win is Davis Martin. And again, I just think Cannon. The biggest problem with Cannon has been the walks. If he could just find the fucking strike zone. And that's been the problem with a lot of these guys. It's like they get these guys on base, and like Justin said today, Leisure did it, and thankfully he got out of it. But all it took was Larnick to get onto one, and it was 3-3, and we're sitting here talking about how we're 5-20 now. So, that's just my biggest thing is, and again, walks are going to happen, but you got to be able to you can't do the stupid things to let them get extra outs and extra things, and it just. That's what always kills us. It's always the extra stuff with these guys. So, yeah, that's just how.
So I'll say 3-3 over the next week. So they'll go 500. It'll trend a little bit in the right direction, and other than that, that's pretty much all I got for today.
I think we did good here. I think, White Sox get a win today. It was a good day. That's what I say. I go day by day. They win. It's a good day. They lose. It is what it is. Because at this point, we're used to losing. So what the hell? Every win is a bonus. And as I said, they had their 6th win on April 28th. So because this was the time last year, you remember the one sweep we had last year? They decided they were going to sweep the Rays. So this was the weekend they swept the Rays. So maybe we'll sweep the Athletics. Who knows? So thank you, Deech, as always, for helping me host the show. But, guys, that's all we got here for you today for the Southside Boys. We'll be back here next week for Thursday, 1 week away from your boy Tino's birthday or something like that, I think. I don't know. But it's coming. May's on the way, and hopefully it gets nicer out. So we'll be live over on Tino's Time at 7 o'clock for the NFL Draft. Come and hang out. Let's see where all the young talent goes as we now will continue and we'll start looking forward to the 2025 NFL season and fantasy football. I don't even want to think about that yet, man. It's not even summer yet. It's like the draft. I mean, I know you're not too much of a football fan, but do you watch the draft at all?
Some years. This year, like my cousin messaged me earlier talking about the draft, and I just responded, I don't give a fuck about the Bears right now. I mean,
I feel it. No, and
it'll
honestly,
be what
I was
it'll
talking,
be. I don't know. It's too out of season to sit here and fucking be worrying about that shit.
I know, that's
so.
what I'm saying, man. It's like I finally get into baseball season, like I'm finally in it, and then they have the draft, and I get into like football for a second, and that it just they can't, So, but it is what it is. The
Well,
draft
it's Chicago sports too. It's continued mediocrity.
Yeah,
it's a big fucking circle of mediocrity. So I mean, what are you gonna get all excited because the Bears drafted someone to get? I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe as it gets closer to football season, but right now,
well, that's kind of how I feel.
Baseball is it, bro.
Yeah, literally. And do not forget, because they play the Athletics, we have the game on it tomorrow, 9 o'clock, and then the next 2 days at 3 o'clock. So if anybody's gonna stay up late, you can come hang out, watch SmackDown, and then watch some baseball. But come and hang out with me and watch the draft, guys. We'll be live over there. I took 1 day off, and I guess we're back at it. So it is what it is. But appreciate you as always. Go follow all the social medias. Go check out the OTM guys, the Main Event Network crew, all you wrestling fans out there. Go check out your boy Tino over on Tino's Time and Tino's Time Wrestling and all the social medias. Southside Boys 23, all that good stuff. But guys, before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 100. Hit that like button. Turn that notification button on so you know when shorts all the new episodes and you get all those notifications. Guys, enjoy your week. We'll see you next week on the Southside Boys, and I'll see you guys in an hour over on Tino's Time.